What's up, pretty people? This is Gypsy from Broken Dolly TV, and we have got to get into this breaking news right quick. I want to give a quick shout out to my homeboy Timothy from Timothy's Toy Therapy. If you're not following him on Instagram or here on YouTube, go ahead and do that and let him know that I sent you over there. Listen, he linked me to a post that somebody made on Instagram who I don't happen to be following, but I'm going to take you guys over there so we can take a look at the real life neck peg action of these Barbie Basics dolls that we are all anticipating dropping soon. So here we see that she's pulling the head right off of the neck. No effort whatsoever. And as I was talking about in my previous speculation video about that bottom piece, the disc, it's not oversized. So it looks like the head is able to just pop very easily right on top of that. I mean, that's very low effort considering what we're all used to doing. It doesn't appear that she's heated the head first. This is amazing, okay? In this post, she said, taking the head off, what do you think? Are you excited for the new Barbie Basics? In this video, you can see how easily the head can be taken on and off. Gone are the days of burning fingers with hair dryers and boiling water. Personally, I love this new neck peg. I did notice though that the head moves quite easily towards all directions. There isn't much resistance like with most dolls. That's not a problem per se. It's not wobbly at all right now, but will it stand the test of time? I have an irrational fear that these heads may get loose from overuse, but I'm sure it's just me overthinking. So she's got the curl sculpts here, and this one is model number 2, but she also has some other videos on the page that we're going to take a look at right quick. Here is the account if you're interested in going ahead and following Kingdom of Cerise. Now, I don't know what country she's in, so I'm going to assume it's not America because these dolls are not available around here. No place, thank you. But she got some really pretty dolls. But based on what I saw in the comments, it looks like she got hers from Amazon Spain. And she said she ordered all the dolls on Amazon Spain and that they were like very quickly already starting to ship the dolls. So they already have them in stock there. Very good to know. But I feel some type of way. Like, Mattel, why y'all always releasing dolls everywhere but here? Like, we get them last, and they be acting like they can't ship outside the US to other countries. So like, how come we get the dolls last? It's so weird. But thankfully these dolls are not some kind of limited edition type of dolls, so there's no risk of us like missing the dolls or them selling out very, very quickly. I highly doubt that that's gonna happen. Still and all, I mean, for $25 each, it's not really gonna break your pockets, you know what I'm saying? So I hope you guys are budgeting these dolls in, because if Spain has already gotten them and they're starting to ship them out on Amazon, it's very likely we're gonna be getting our stock in the USA soon. And I hope that Mattel don't pull a fast one and try to not give US Amazon these dolls like they try to do with the Aaliyah doll. My speculation for why they didn't let Amazon US get the Aaliyah doll is because they knew nobody was gonna order her from from Mattel's website. If we could get a hold of her on the Amazon website, it is what it is. But what do you guys think of this doll? Seeing her in person like this through this video, I'm very intrigued. I like what I'm seeing, and I like that they did a demonstration with the neck peg. That's really good to see that there's just no like problem pulling the head off and putting it back on. Now here's another thing, because before, when I did a speculation video on this topic, we were looking at a Redditor's post where she was showing her dolls, right? That Redditor was saying that though the head does remove very easily, on her dolls, the head was very secure. Like, she didn't feel like, you know, they were gonna just like fly off. And here, this person is also saying that it seems like the head is secure and that it's not shaking and wobbly, but because of how easily the head tilts, she's concerned that it could have a factor of being too wobbly later on down the line. And I totally get that, but I mean, let's be honest, once we rebody a doll, we're not really switching heads left and right like every so often, you know. It might take a long while, months and months, even years sometimes, before we tell ourselves, well, I think this doll should have a different body, and you end up swapping them. As long as you're not continually head swapping, I can see how this would be very useful. Although I'm not shaming you if you just don't got it like that, to spending all this money on extra body donors and you decide you want to reuse the same body for multiple heads that can fit that body, especially for photography and like filming. That would totally make sense to do to save money, you know? Still, I mean, I don't think that it's something that's such a big deal that we should be looking at that like it's a huge risk that we're taking dealing with the dolls, because most adults who collect their dolls are pretty gentle with them, and we're just not in the habit of continually swapping heads every 5 seconds, you know? They really only have to do it once or twice per head. I'm excited for this. And here is a picture of her doll dressed up like a fairy, and just really is reminiscent of the Tooth Fairy doll. So I love that they showed what she would look like as a fairy, because if you wanted this doll as a replacement or like an alternative for the Tooth Fairy doll, then I mean, this doll is like really making the Tooth Fairy doll look like, girl, what are you even doing? Why are you even trying it, you know? So it's like the revenge of the Tooth Fairy doll fiasco. I love that. Yeah, so what do you guys think as you're looking at how this neck peg is working? Is this worth it, you think? Mind you also that this body is a made to move body, so she's coming with the most superior level of articulation available for Barbie dolls, in addition to this head being able to be pulled off so easily, and no longer do we have to struggle with these heads. I mean, honestly, I get that heating the head first is just a customary step that everybody is kind of like default used to doing. So for a lot of people, it's not really a big deal, because they're like, well, as long as you heat the head, you're not going to damage your doll if you pull the head off correctly. And I get that. But from my own experience, just because I do it so often, the act of heating the head up in the first place is so time consuming and tedious for me. I don't want to do that. Like, if I could eliminate any extra steps when it comes to customizing dolls, this is my focus. That's what I want to do. And here, I didn't even see this comment. This person, Tawny's Tiny World, it says in their comment, this is so cool. I hope they work out well, because it would be nice to not have to have multiple duplicate bodies and be able to just remove heads and share bodies for dolls that are not often used. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it would be nice, because then you could save some money, because some dolls have the same skin tones and we're constantly trying to find a new body for it, and it's such a hassle trying to rebody a doll that it just makes more sense convenience wise to just buy that doll her own body donor rather than swap heads between dolls on the same body. But for some of us who are just taking pictures of the doll and then they get put back into a stash, like, it's not necessary to always have them on a specific body. I got a lot of floating heads that are just waiting for bodies, that if I could just do this with them, I wouldn't necessarily have to worry about that, because I only have to put the head on a body for pictures or to film, you know? So I totally can understand where that would come in handy for somebody who wants to do that. So I don't think that it's like such a big issue worrying about the head becoming wobbly just because it's moving easily on the neck. In fact, I feel like it should move easily on the neck. It shouldn't be so stiff and hard to, you know, maneuver. So I don't know, maybe this person is not saying how wobbly the head really is because they don't want to deter people from buying the doll, perhaps. I think sometimes doll collectors can go a little too easy on Mattel when we're trying things out and we don't like certain things about the doll, but I don't know for sure that that's what they're doing. I'm just kind of like coupling what I heard the Redditor saying about how the head seemed very secure to what this person is saying, that they're probably just overthinking it. That's just the conclusion that I'm drawing from looking at this. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comment section if this is making you a little bit more intrigued now that you've like seen it, how this neck peg change thing is gonna work, or if it's too gimmicky and you really feel like this is useless. I would rather just keep heating my dolls and prying off their heads, whatever method I use. Even when you heat the doll's head, a lot of times you'll be like messing up the hairstyle that you have it in, or sometimes people get their whole doll's face wet, and then if you have like repainted dolls, it's a little bit trickier trying to heat their heads carefully because you don't want to mess up their face paint. Whatever method you like to use, I'm not going to say there's a right way to do it because we all do it in our own different ways, but it's just an added layer of caution and inconvenience that comes with doing that doesn't necessarily suit every kind of doll face that we're working with. So I just really like this option, and I feel like for buying dolls that are supposed to be marketed towards grown-ups, I really hope that Mattel sticks with this, because they really don't have anything to lose by selling the dolls with their heads removable like this for really all dolls. I don't think they should only do this with made to moves. I think they should do this with stiff bodies, whatever kind of doll it is, model muse bodies, every kind of body body type that they have on a doll that's supposed to be for an adult collector, just make the heads easy to pop off. And you're using less plastic doing it this way, so how can you go wrong, Mattel? I feel like it's less work using this neck peg style than the ones that they normally use. And that's another thing, like Obitsu and Mitzi and like all these other doll companies that have dolls that they market to grown-ups, a lot of them, they don't have those complex neck pegs that are like got all these extra tabs and stuff in them that's really difficult to get the doll's head on and off. A lot of those other doll companies that market to adults, they make their dolls' body parts easy to remove. Not just the heads, the feet, the hands, sometimes even whole limbs like the arms and the legs. You can swap out different parts of the doll, and that's what makes it fun, is that you have the option of customizing. If you just don't like to customize, well, that's on you. You don't have to. But if you do like to, then it should be a lot easier for us to do that, especially because we're adults. We're not eating the doll parts. I hope. Mattel needs to grow up with its audience, because a lot of us who are doll collectors now, we used to be kids that played with Barbies, and that's how it was introduced to us in the first place. A lot of us adult collectors, you know, we didn't just find out about Barbie yesterday. She's been a part of our life since we were kids, you know what I'm saying? And we've grown up now. We're mature now. We're not gonna eat the doll parts. Like, just give us what we're asking for, because we're spending money on it. I don't know. I just feel like Mattel is like in denial that their adult collectors are actually mature adults. They treat us like we're a bunch of kindergartners out here, but they charge us like we're grown folks with lots of expendable money to spend. So it's just mind-boggling how they justify this. Let me stop ranting about Mattel's wonderful service. Actually, there's one other thing I want to show you guys from another Instagram account, Rachel Bigrig. She had sent me this picture of one of the other models with the Claudette face, like a better out of the box picture, but she was saying she wasn't sure where she found this picture, like which account it belongs to. It was just like a screenshot. So that's like a better look at the doll out of the box. This is the one that's going to be tall, and like look at her skin tone. You know, it's like a mystery trying to figure out what skin tone she's going to end up matching. And it looks like she also sent me this one from Barbie Collector GT, talking about number 5. Yeah, so is this the same? This might be the same account of the person on Reddit who was showing us their dolls, because I recognize this picture right here. And I don't know if this is their picture that they posted or if they were just sharing the Redditor's post too. I just happened to see this picture on this account. It's supposed to be another Styled by Design doll. I don't know who the designer is supposed to be for this one. Bro, this is the same face sculpt they're using for the Barbie Midge Chase doll and all this stuff she's coming with. Oh my gosh, is this doll about to be $100? Oh my gosh, she's dope. She's way doper than freaking Midge Chase doll. Now I kind of feel like, I don't know if I want that doll anymore. I mean, it's a little too pink for my taste, but I'm loving the jewelry and all of this stuff. She's so like retro looking, and this Steffi face sculpt always looks good and things like this. This is dope. It's too bad she's got a Model Muse body. I don't know if I would like that. But the doll itself, a blonde Steffi, I don't know. That's kind of extra. That's kind of unexpected. I really like that one. Anyways, if I can't really look at this person's page because I'll just go down a rabbit hole and it'll just be a never-ending scrolling session. What is this? Mattel lanzará una colección de nuevas muñecas pasadas. This is a thing? MJ? Like, seriously? I don't like Rachel Zegler, so that's not my interest. But she does have a pretty face, and I wouldn't mind collecting her face in my collection. And she looked like she might have articulation. Is this about to be like the Alice in Wonderland doll? Oh man, like one of those things where you only see it one time ever and then they never use the sculpt again, and then the doll is just like instantly sold out as soon as it comes out type of a deal. I hope not, but that's a kind of cool doll. Anyways, like I said, I can't be looking at these people's pages because I'll just keep going and going and never stop. But so what do you guys think? Are you guys excited for these Barbie Basics dolls to drop in your local markets? What country are you living in while you are watching this, and how much access do you think you're gonna have to these dolls? I'm financially definitely not prepared to add these to my budget just yet, but tax season is around the corner and I'm already making my wish list of things that I want to add when I get my money. What are you guys planning to do about these Barbie Basics? Do you want all of them, some of them, which ones? And tell me how you feel about the neck peg situation. how that whole thing looks to you. What is this with the made to move legs? Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta stop getting distracted. I gotta get out of here. All right, so I just want to really quickly show you guys this. Special thanks to Timothy once again. Thanks to Rachel for notifying me of these dolls as well, and go follow her. About Dolls Only 227 is the name of the account, and she's got some gorgeous dolls. Ooh, this one's pretty. Up in here. Oh, I wanted this one too. Okay, see, I gotta go. I got to go, okay? I can't do this. I really gotta go. Yeah, I freaking love all of these dolls. They're so pretty. Y'all, I'm like literally in the middle of editing my next video for you guys when I just happened to see this message from my peoples, all right? I just needed to go over and check things out, and I'm like, I cannot hog all the information to myself. I gotta share it with my homies over here. So that's why I had to stop and let you pretty people know what the hell going on up in these dolly streets, my friend. So again, my name is Gypsy. If you're not following me over here, I don't know why. I don't know why not. You need to be. Make sure you subscribe, and I hope this video helps you guys to have a dolly day.